every lifter is going to hit a point in their fitness journey where they stop progressing. And it's not because they're not eating right, they're not working hard or anything like that. It's because they don't have the simple 3 fundamentals down that actually stimulate growth, that actually build muscle. These 3 fundamentals have never changed. So if you're able to master them, if you're able to get so good at these 3 things, you're going to make progress continually for the rest of your life. There's no fluff, there's no gimmicks. These are the 3 things that actually work and the 3 things that will cause you to get in the best shape of your life. Okay, the first principle is going to be the principle of progressive overload. So progressive overload is what growth is going to be. You only grow if you understand this fundamental. So very simply, if you don't understand progressive overload, you're never going to grow. It's that simple. So what progressive overload is, it's just adding reps, weight, volume, sets, however you want to word it there. It's just increasing the amount of work you do. So for example, let's say you go to the gym. This week you were able to bench 135 pounds for 8 reps. You failed on the 8th rep. Okay, next week, try to get 9, try to get 10. You just need to always be striving to increase, to improve. And then, I always like to stay in the range of 8 to 12 reps. That's where you're going to stimulate hypertrophy the most. So once you get past 12 reps, let's say you hit 13 reps on 135 per se, you want to increase the weight till you go back down to about 8 reps where you're failing on the 8th rep there. So that's really the science behind progressive overload. It's very simple. You just want to keep increasing the weight, increasing the sets, increasing the amount of work you're doing, because at the end of the day, the same work is not going to equal the same body. If you just keep doing the same things, you are never going to grow. You're never going to change. This principle applies in every area of your life, not just fitness. You need to keep growing. You need to keep getting uncomfortable, pushing yourself, doing things that force you to grow. So increase your weight, increase your reps, increase your sets. That is the very first thing you need to prioritize so you can actually grow, so you can actually build muscle. All right, the next principle for you guys is going to be intensity and execution. So your workouts need to be intense. They need to be uncomfortable. You need to be pushing yourself. It's pretty simple at that point. So train to failure. Everyone says you should only train close to failure. You should just get really, really close. No, train to failure. Train till you simply cannot get that weight off of your chest. You can't curl it anymore. You can't squat it anymore. I don't care what lift you're doing. You need to train to failure. You need to, on every single set, fail. I don't want you to hit 12 reps and stop. I don't want you to hit 13 reps and stop. I don't want you to hit 8 reps and stop. I want you to go until you simply cannot move the weight anymore. It's that simple. Train to failure. It's going to be the best mental exercise for you, but it's also going to be how you can build muscle the fastest, because those last reps where you're struggling, that rep where you fail, that is going to be the rep that does the most for you. You push yourself to the absolute limit, and that's what you need to do. And then, when I say that, you need to make sure you're prioritizing quality over quantity. I would so much rather you get 8 solid, good reps at a lower weight where you fail, but it's good form, it's proper execution, than get 12 reps maybe at a higher weight, but with bad form. You need to always prioritize your form. Nothing I've ever talked about really works if your form is bad. You're just going to hurt yourself. You're not going to activate your muscles correctly. It's not going to be what you need to do. So your form needs to be of the utmost priority. Always do lower weight with better form than doing higher weight with worse form, which brings me to my last point, which is don't move weight, build muscle. You are a bodybuilder. You are not a weightlifter. No one in the gym is judging you based on how much weight you're moving. I don't really care how much weight you're moving. No one cares how much weight you're moving. You're in there. You're trying to get better. You're trying to grow. So prioritize your form always. You're a bodybuilder. You need to be dialed in when it comes to this. You're not a power lifter. You're not a weight pusher. No one cares how much weight you move unless you're in like a powerlifting competition. You need to prioritize your form. Focus on being a bodybuilder. Do everything intense. Do it with proper execution. And this is probably the most key, the most profound principle that I'll ever teach you guys. What's up, guys? I appreciate you making it this far in the video. Hope you're getting a ton of value so far. I hope you're really learning a lot. And if you guys are struggling in the gym with nutrition, fitness, mindset, whatever it is, I mean, how valuable do you think an entire workout plan where you're going to get the exact workouts you need, the exact reps, the exact sets, what lift to actually do, plus you're going to get a full meal plan designed to help you put on as much lean mass as possible. Well, if that sounds like something that could help you guys out, if you guys want access to that totally for free, shoot me a text at 410-936-5402. So if you want that entire workout plan, if you want that entire meal plan, I'll even throw in the exact checklist of habits that I use on a daily basis to live and build a very successful life. So if you want all of that, all you have to do, text me 410-936-5402. I'll get that sent over to you right away. All right, the last principle I'm going to teach you guys is recovery and consistency. So look, recovery is going to equal growth. Yes, in the gym, you stimulate your muscles, you rip them apart. They actually get worked in the gym, but that's not where they grow. It's where they get stimulated for growth, but they actually grow in the recovery side of things. So that's going to be how you eat, how you hydrate, how you sleep. Your recovery is where you're actually going to grow. So very simple. If you actually want to build muscle, you need to prioritize your sleep and spend less time in the gym. You need to make sure you're eating correctly and not just doing more sets. Yes, you need to work hard, you need to work intensely, but you really need to make sure your recovery is on point. You're getting your protein and all of that good stuff there. That is the most important thing, and that's actually going to be what builds muscle. Yeah, fuel, sleep, hydrate. Very, very simple like that. Make sure you're eating enough macros. Make sure you're eating enough protein, enough calories. Make sure you're drinking about a gallon of water a day. You need to hydrate. Your body's 70% water. If you're not hydrated, you're literally just dying. And then sleep. Very simple. Get 8 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. That is what I recommend. I get 8 hours of sleep every single night, and it is the most refreshing thing. I can wake up, be very productive for 16 hours throughout the day. I am more productive than, the people who always say, oh, I get 5 hours of sleep. I'm gonna walk you in, this battle, this personal development journey. No, you're not, because me sleeping for 8 hours, I'm gonna be so much more productive. I'm gonna be so much more mentally sharp than that person ever will be. If you are getting 5 to 6 hours of sleep, you may claim that you can actually function on it. You can't. Your body's not functioning at its peak performance there. So again, if you want to get in good shape, if you just want to be a better achiever overall, get your sleep in. It is the most important thing. I want you guys to prioritize that so much. And then consistency wins every time. When you want to get better in any area of your life, you just need to do the thing longer than everybody else. If you want to beat someone at anything, do what needs to be done longer than them. It's very simple. That's really all you need to do. So if you want to get in better shape, find a plan, find something that works, stay consistent with it. Show up every single day working on yourself. Show up every single day trying to get better. I literally will give you guys an entire workout plan, an entire nutrition plan, all the habits you need. Like I told you a little bit earlier, all you have to do is text me. Consistency is what will build a successful life for you. It is the one thing that you need. Consistency and discipline, they go hand in hand. If you want to achieve something great, if you want to get in the best shape of your life, you need to be consistent. You need to be disciplined. Don't go on these 3-week sprints and then take months off at a time. Find something that works. If it's 4 days, perfect. I would rather you guys work out 4 days a week for a year than work out 7 days a week for 3 months. You will be so much better as a person. You'll be in so much better shape if that's the route you took. 4 days a week for a year. That's all you need. You just need to find something that works and stay consistent. All right, guys, I appreciate you making it to the end of the video. I hope you got a ton of value. I hope you got a lot of stuff that you can really walk away and run with. Again, if you like the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want that meal plan and that workout plan that I talked about a little bit earlier, again, text me at 410-936-5402. That number will be in the description as well. If you want some more free content, obviously, of course, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. You can also go down to my Instagram. I post a ton of free content on there every single day talking about fitness, mindset, personal development. But if you have a more personal question, if you want to get in direct contact with me, go to the link in my website. You can actually put your information. I will reach out to you personally. You can ask me any question that you want. We can set up a totally free strategy call and game plan a way to actually help you become the person that you're meant to be. So again, if you just want some more free content, stay on YouTube, go to my Instagram. But if you want to get and build a relationship with me, if you want to really have someone help you unlock that next level, put your information in. I'll personally reach out to you. See you guys in the next video.